Why are so many people surprised at the amount of old people on Reddit? I'm actually surprised at the amount of young children on here, particularly between the ages of 9-15. I'd expect older teens and adults on here. The assumption is that anyone over a certain age have no idea how to use technology, much less the internet. So anyone using Reddit who would be considered old is seen as an odd outlier. Also, most people just assume that everyone they meet on the internet is around the same age as them until told otherwise. Some of us Gen Zers programmed and used mainframe computers the size of rooms. Before the internet was invented, before portable computers, before Windows, before DOS. Of course we are on Reddit, where else would we be? My grandparents are terrible with technology and never really advanced past cable TV. They are the only older adults I know well. I've had a couple of those comments. 77. One fellow asked, 77, how did you find Reddit? As if someone my age might find the internet a mystery. I've worked at a major university since 79, and I started playing with computers quite a while before I bought one of my own, a mighty HP Wright with a 30 MB hard drive and dial-up modem. I'd been a member of the James Randi forum for years, and there were threats that it was going to shut down about 13 years ago. Someone recommended the Skeptics forum here on Reddit. I took a look and now I have something like 30 subreddits I subscribe to. What age ranges are we talking here? Younger teenagers talking about people 30? I'd assume that's just because younger teens sometimes just don't think about doing the same stuff they do or having the same interests. Anyone talking about people over 70? Probably because it's kind of a stereotype among some that older people aren't tech savvy or interested in the internet. Other than that, no idea why that might be the case. Edit. A lot of people seem to think I'm saying the stereotype is correct or that I don't think older people can use technology. That's not at all what I'm saying. Texted my grandson a link to an article that I thought would interest him. It did, but he replied, "Grandpa, what are you doing on Reddit?" They think we do the same as their grandparents. The truth is that us Reddit oldies are a bit unusual. Most people will have grandparents that are not very tech savvy and so assume that all people of that age will be the same. It never occurs to them that there are 68-year-olds like me who have been working in computers their entire life. They never ask themselves who actually built the internet, wrote all the software, designed all the websites, created all the apps. They know that their grandparents couldn't have done it, so therefore nobody of that age could. It's sheer ageist stereotyping. Who do young people think built the internet? Answer: people over 55 years old. Yeah, what is it with these people over 30? Shouldn't they all be in some kind of assisted living facility, trying to wash that old person smell off of themselves, stumbling around trying to keep from falling over, and complaining about the youngs? How dare they engage in conversation, especially if they're boomers and deliberately plotted to fuck everything up for everyone's sound of crickets chirping? Makes me wonder what the definition of old is. I'm literally only 30, and I've had a few people on other social media platforms express surprise at that. It's quite disheartening, actually. I plan on giving up interacting with social media at, say, 34 due to this. I think there is also a subconscious assumption that most people are like you. So young people assume everyone they are talking to is a young person with similar life experience. Young people know apps, not tech. That's like knowing how to read a newspaper or lifestyle magazine. Us seniors used to take apart computers for fun, modify them, reassemble in 20 minutes. Reddit is nearly 20 years old. In internet years, that's ancient. A lot of younger people don't get that people their age have been on this site longer than they have been alive. Plus they think people in their 30s are old. Slight generalization. But I'm still amazed how many people think internet culture is less than a decade old and ignore memes that go back 20 or 30 years. The internet has always had dumping grounds of dumb. People are just surprised because they often stick to newer parts and don't realize how long the internet has been around now. Why would anyone be surprised? We are retired, with tons of time on our hands. I'm old and spend way too much time on here, especially since I've retired. If we're talking about 50, probably because it's atypical to see them on social media, at least in my life. The only social media anyone that age uses are ones that they use to connect with family like Facebook and Instagram. Also watching YouTube. I don't see them use social media as a primary means to engage with strangers like how Reddit is used. Define old. I am 73 and on the laptop hours a day, and my mother is 92 and loves using Google, FB Messenger, and SMS. Young folks think everyone older than 40 is a boomer and too stupid to use the internet. It's their lack of experience in life that leads them to believe that groups are monolithic.